Welcome back to the box office, guys. We got another episode this week after what feels like some weeks off, some time off. We have Joe Smith this weekend in the main event. Video's up for that. We made it back when it was originally scheduled. But now we have an undercard fight that's very enticing, especially for those that like to make things interesting, especially for those of you guys out in Vegas. Jared Anderson, heavyweight fighting Jeremiah. Should be interesting. Let's take a look at the versus screen. Alright, so we got Jared Big Baby Anderson fighting Jeremiah Karpency. Very interesting fight. Some would say more of a one-sided fight. Kind of a show-out fight for Jared Anderson. One of those things where it's let me see what you got type deals. Jared Anderson, 8 fights, 8 wins, all of them coming by the way of KO. Has just beat Kingsley Ibe, fighter that is 5-1, now 5-1, and one draw. At the time he wasn't defeated. KO'd him in the 6th round. Ibe is a tall fighter, big fighter. Jared Anderson, 6'4", heavyweight fighter. Brings a lot to the table. On the other end, you have Jeremiah Karpency, a heavyweight, kind of a tweener, as you would say, 6'1", doesn't have size, but what he lacks in size, he makes up in heart, some say. He is 16 wins, 6 knockouts, 2 losses by the way of knockout, and 1 draw. So things are starting to look like a show-out fight for Jared Anderson. Let's see what he has to do to get this win. Alright, so a couple things Jared Anderson has to do is use that sharp jab. Alright, throw that jab, use that stick. You're a taller fighter, which is why I wrote my last slide, or my last point, fight big. You're a big guy, fight big. Don't cradle up to the guy and fight small, give up the advantage that you have of being tall. Use that jab, set punches up, throw feints, move around, and you'll do fairly well. You're going to notice that he's not at the caliber at your level, so throwing that jab and setting things up is going to be easier than landing things on eBay. Point number 2, tag him up, meaning just don't let him off the hook. If you have him up against the ropes, throw a flurry. If he's trying to come in, catch him with the check hook, throw him 1-2. Something tells me that this kid is going to go in there to survive, not really to win the fight. The fact that he's 6'1" is just a very, very big disadvantage. So it should be an interesting fight because this is a fight in which that jab can land at will. Sharp jab, tag him up, and fight big. Alright, next slide. Alright, Jeremiah. Unfortunately, you are a journeyman in the sport. Slide number 1, you gotta have heart. No other way to put it. You're gonna get hit in this fight. It's not, I know it's the sport of boxing. It is a sweet science, but there's no other way around it. You're gonna get hit. So you gotta be able to maintain composure and weather through the storm. When things get chippy up close, and if you do get hurt, you do have to lock up your opponent, okay? Don't let him just tee off on you, especially if you're up against the corner and he's just throwing flurries at you. At some point you want to lock up or throw something back. All right, and then what I mean by be plugged in is you're gonna have to take the fight. Let's talk about offensive. You're gonna have to take the fight to him. Make him back up. Make him think about the punches coming at him. Stop that sharp jab. Come up with the overhand right of your own. There's a lot that you can do, and there's a lot that you can't do. But let's focus on what you can. Cut the ring off. Fight moving forward. Fighting close. The distance game is going to be on your end. Don't let them get off with that jab. Don't let them counter you. And you dictate the pace of the fight. Be plugged in. Get your punches off. At some point you're going to have to go for broke. That's what's going to give you the best advantage for you to pull off this massive upset. And when I mean upset, I mean an upset in the terms of this would probably be the biggest upset in boxing history. Some sportsbooks have you as a plus 3,000 or a plus 1,400, depending what you're looking at. Sports Bet has you at a plus 3,675. All right, so this would be an amazing upset if you can pull it off. It is a tough task, definitely uphill battle, but only time will tell if you can conquer the undefeated young hungry lion. So next up to my prediction and bet, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the odds on here. To no surprise, I believe Jared Anderson's going to win. I think he's going to win by knockout. The odds are so heavily favored that Anderson's going to win by knockout that there is a line right now that I can only see on some of my sites. They're only giving me, is Jared Anderson going to win in the first round? That should be enough to tell you what the people think about Jeremiah. Not that he's not a capable guy. It's just what he's going up against is a very, very tough, very stiff competition. One round or bust is basically what Vegas is saying. Vegas has him listed at a minus $10,000. What that means is you have to bet $10,000 on Jared Anderson to win 100. There is like no value in that. There's no reason why anyone with the right mind would come in and bet $10,000 just to win 100 back. No reason to risk it. The money bet is going to be, can Jared Anderson win in the first round? Jared Anderson hasn't let me down when it comes to a knockout bet. If this is the only round that they're giving me, I would go for it, but wait till the fight gets closer. Maybe Bovada gives you 1 or 2 round betting. Sometimes they give you 3 round betting. It just depends on what they have with the sportsbook and how heavy the traffic is. Anderson is going to win. He's going to win by knockout. There's just too many disadvantages in my eyes for Jeremiah to overcome. More specifically being the height and the distance. Jared Anderson loves using that jab. He loves setting punches up. I can see him landing that jab at will and then just unloading. Jeremiah might even cover up, might take a knee. He's going to find out really early in this fight that he was pinned up against probably the best young up-and-coming coming heavyweight right now, at least American born. So Jared Anderson wins in the first round. Definitely think he can do it. Let's wait for the odds to come out for the other rounds. If you guys find the odds, if you guys see something else online, comment down below. Please, please, please. As of right now, for me, Anderson first round is a go until the odds come out. But let me know, guys. Let me know. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Remember, Jared Anderson had that vicious knockout against Kingsley eBay. This guy's a shorter guy. He's going to get hit a little bit more. He's not going to be able to pull back and have that stick to rely and survive. So expect fireworks, guys. Anytime a young heavyweight champion is going to be being promoted heavily like this, especially top rank, they know what they got. It's showtime. Knockout. Jared Anderson on to bigger and better things after this fight. Once again, thank you for stopping by. This is the Box Office. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next fight, guys. Take care.